All right, what's going on, Dolphins fans? Jacob here. I'm Dolphin Syndicate. Hope you guys have had some time to heal, just like I have. It got a little easier watching the Cowboys lose like they did yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty fun, and knowing that it takes some of the pressure and the drama off of Dolphins fans and the Dolphins in general. That was pretty fun. But I got some news here today to talk about. And Terron Armstead, he has come out and said he is still undecided as to whether he will be playing next year. He was quoted after the game saying 2023 was a Super Bowl or bust. I love the game. I'm chasing one more ring, but I don't want to be the guy who continues to play after his body tells him he can't. And we know that since he's become a Miami Dolphin, he's had multiple injuries and multiple injuries at the same time often. When you look at that injury report that they do, the days leading up to the game, usually see multiple issues, whether it's a toe, a knee, an ankle, a back. He's been somebody who's dealt with injuries his entire career, and that's ultimately what led to him leaving the New Orleans Saints, coming over here in the first place. And while he is one of the best tackles in the league, the best ability is availability, and that's something he has certainly struggled with. But whether it's retirement or whether it's other means, there has been conversations amongst Dolphins fans about whether Terron Armstead is worth keeping on the team next year. If we are to just move off of him straight without him retiring, with just it being the team decision, it would be pretty difficult on the money, and it would almost be worth it to just keep him. He has a base salary next year of a little over $13 million. And after June 1st, his dead money is a little over $11 million. So if he were to be cut, it would be just about the same amount of money that if he was kept on the team. If you cut him, let's say today, let's say you cut him, in the next couple months before June 1st, it'd be a $24 million dead cap hit, which again, at that point, it's not really worth it to keep it on the team. Donovan and I have been talking amongst ourselves about whether we want him on the team next year, and just purely ability wise, yeah, of course I want him. When he's on the field, he's one of the best tackles in the league. He's done a great job protecting Tua this year. He has not been the problem when healthy. The only issue is he is rarely healthy. I believe he missed. I don't even know why I didn't pull this up beforehand, but I believe he missed 5 games this season on top of the time he missed last season since becoming a Miami Dolphin. It's just been you go into every single game not knowing whether he's available, and when you have so much money invested into a player, that means a lot. That means a lot to not have that sort of guarantee from your one of the most important positions on the football field. So it does pose the question: is it worth keeping him on the team? And just from a money standpoint alone, if you can't find a way to say make a trade and alleviate some of that dead cap, if it's just that, then I say you got to keep him, because the money is you're not going to find a replacement for the amount of money that you're going to have to pay him while still paying him. You're going to still have to pay him at least $11 million next year, and then to have to pay another left tackle while paying him, you could just be paying him $13 million outright. That's a $2 million difference. It just doesn't make a lot of sense mathematically to go out and get another left tackle. But if he is to retire, obviously that's his own decision, and you have a hard time blaming him. This is a very physical league, and especially now that there's this extra game, there's been just seemingly so much more injuries that each team has sustained. The Miami Dolphins have been obviously the ones that have taken the worst of that, getting the injury bug this year with all the main players, big players, and then just going into games sometimes with between 12 to 20 guys on the injury report. It was a very rough end of the season for the Dolphins in multiple aspects, but a lot of it was due to the injuries, and he's been somebody who's been a part of that. And it makes sense that he's considering retirement. If I was in his position, you've made a lot of money in your career. You don't know what's going to happen next year. You're not getting any younger. The joints aren't getting any easier. It's not getting any easier to get out of bed. And once that season ends and you just feel your body and you let that pain sit in, because it's not like they just go off to vacation and then their body feels fine, they're happy. Like, they're going to be dealing with some of these ailments for weeks and months to come, especially somebody at the age and of the size of Terron Armstead. So I completely understand why he's considering retirement, and we're not going to have an immediate answer for him, as he's, as a smart individual, he's going to take his time and figure out what he wants to do. He's clearly undecided in his mind. But whether it's by the team's fruition, we cut him, we trade him, we find a way to get him off the team, or whether it be because he retires, there could be a massive hole at left tackle. whether it's ability, whether it's injuries, whatever story you want to talk about Terron Armstead, you can't ignore the fact of how good of a football player is. And if he was not to be on this team next year, it would be a massive blow to this offensive line, which at times took massive steps forward this year. And he is the cornerstone of that. He's one of the captains on the team. He's a really good leader, something that's great in the locker room and ability wise. One of our best players, one of the best left tackles in the league in general. So let me know down below in the comments what are your thoughts on this situation. Also, let us know down below in the comments if you have any topics you'd like us to cover, as this is the off season. This is time for speculation. This is time for wonder. This is time for endless possibilities. If you can name a subject, it's probably worth talking about. So if you guys have any thoughts about how or what we'd like to see us cover over the next few months, we've already got a bunch of ideas that we're going through. So if you guys have anything, let us know down below in the comments as well. Let us know about what you think about this whole Terron Armstead situation. While down there, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Y'all know what to do. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Take care, everybody.